everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Betty. So today I'm going to be talking about how I got into tech without a computer science degree. So I first got into tech by interning at Intel. I was a quality and operations intern there. I spent about a semester talking to people, trying to get an interview, and finally after a whole semester, my manager at the time had gotten in contact with me. I interviewed and I got the role. During that same semester, I was in Hurricane Harvey in Houston, and there was a virtual career fair that was being ran by BEA. For those of you who don't know what BEA is like a conference in Washington, D.C. They have it every year, and this time they had did like a virtual. So, I was in Hurricane, we couldn't go anywhere. People were stuck in the house for like 2 weeks. So I was like, why not? Let me give it a shot. This is really important right now because thanks to Corona, we're doing everything virtually anyways. So when I had done it at the time, I didn't think, it would be here now where, virtual career fairs are really a thing now. So a tip I have with that is I stood in line and I had asked the recruiter to connect off LinkedIn because you don't really have much time. So I did. I kept a relationship with him and was talking to him, and I had actually ran into him in person at BEA. So again, I had the Intel offer, but I was still talking to other recruiters at the BEA conference because why put all your eggs in one basket? This was just an internship, so I went to BEA and I was still looking for a job. So I finally met the recruiter in person at BEA. Sadly, I did not get an internship with Apple at that time, but it was okay because I had an internship with Intel. So going to that summer, I went to Intel in Portland, Oregon. This was an amazing summer for me. A lot had happened that summer as far as like what I was exposed to. It was a new city for me. Portland's extremely progressive, and it's just amazing. It's a beautiful place. And I got exposed to a lot of stuff in tech. I was like, oh my God, I definitely want to keep doing this. Like growing up, I always loved computers and phones and stuff. But now it was like, okay, this is actually possible. This is something, it's a tangible goal that I can continue my career in tech. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely doing this. And then that summer, the Anita B. Hill org was giving out scholarships for people to attend the Grace Hopper celebration. They had sent out the application while I was at Intel, and I was like, yeah, for sure, definitely applying to this. And I did, and I got a free ticket to go to Grace Hopper. For those of you who don't know, Grace Hopper is super expensive. I would definitely find some way to get your school to sponsor you to go, or any of these scholarships that these huge companies offer to attend Grace Hopper, because as a student it is really expensive. So I applied and I got it, and they were doing it in Houston. Grace Hopper is a huge Women of Tech conference, and for me to experience something like that, it was crazy. And then I ran into the same recruiter that I had been talking to since Hurricane Harvey at Grace Hopper again. And because I had kept in contact with him, kept talking to him, he remembered me. And from there, I had got an interview with Apple, and my interview process began. So what I had learned from that experience was that a lot of these recruiters are going to these same conferences. So once you start going to different ones, you'll start to recognize some familiar faces. So don't limit yourself to only one type of conference to go to, and make sure you maintain relationships with those recruiters. Just because a recruiter doesn't give you some type of internship or job one semester at one conference doesn't mean they won't remember you for another semester and be like, oh, I remember this student. But I got the job, and I don't have a computer science degree. I have an industrial engineering degree, and I don't know how to code, but I took 2 or 3 classes in college, very minimum, basic level of some languages, but it has nothing to do with what I'm doing now. I'm engineering project manager, and I'm still learning Swift. That's because I personally want to, but that's not the job of a PM. I may do another video too explaining about the different roles within tech that don't require coding at all. There seem to be a lot of myths and misunderstanding in that area as well. So yeah, I also will make a video about Grace Hopper and what my experience was like that and how to prep for such a big conference. You don't need a computer science degree. As far as certificates and courses, there's Coursera, Udemy, Udacity. I'm all for those courses. And then getting certifications. There's boot camps that are 6 weeks. I I think that's much more worth than going back and getting a second degree. I'm not about that degree life. I don't know if it's worth going back and going to school for another 4 or 5 years for a computer science degree. If you already have a degree. With everything going on right now, I know tech companies are still hiring, so go apply. Even if you don't have a computer science degree, you can find a place in tech just like I did. Well, that's all I have for you all today. If you have any more questions, I would be more than happy to answer any questions you have if you're interested and hesitant about going into tech. But yeah, that's all I have. And I will be making more videos about my journey, and I hope this is helpful for those of you that are wanting to get into tech. Bye.